Talk for movie fans. I'm your host, Ashley Mova, and this is The Daily Show, where we give you all of the latest news from the world of movies, plus a little bit of insight into what it all means. Joining us, as always, is AMC Movie News Editor-in-Chief, John Campea.
Greetings and salutations, everybody. Welcome to the best damn movie-related show on the internet, coming to you live from right here at the Stream.tv studios here in Hollywood, California. I'm still recovering from some Guardians of the Galaxy. We're so glad you decided to make us part of your day.
Also here, AMC Movie News Senior Editor, Amy Rose Eisenbach.
Hey guys, hope you all had a wonderful 4th of July weekend. I certainly did.
Also here, writer-director John Schnepp.
What's going on, guys? I was going to sing a song, but now I'm not going to. I'll wait till later.
And also at the table, AMC's very own Alicia Malone.
Hello, everyone. I'm so jealous, John, that you got to see 17 minutes of Guardians. Can't wait.
Well, speaking of that, last night in theaters across the country, a 17-minute preview of the upcoming Guardians of the Galaxy was shown to audiences, as well as the new 2.5-minute extended trailer. Guardians of the Galaxy hits AMC theaters on August 1st. John, you were there last night. What did you think about the preview and the new trailer?
Well, let's put it this way. If I were to say to you that, you know, hey, I saw a preview for a film last night, and this one scene they showed us kind of revolves around an attempted prison rape. And then you say, what movie is it? And I say, Guardians of the Galaxy. And you think, what? And it was hilarious. And it was, my heavens. Okay, look, everybody knows I'm excited for Guardians of the Galaxy. I have been for a long time. I talk about it a lot. But even with my enthusiasm, hey, you know, I mean, Guardians is a big risk. There's a lot of ways that a Guardians of the Galaxy could go south. Many ways this could be bobbled, even in the most talented of hands. And trust me, I trust James Gunn in his directorial hands. But what they showed us last night was everything I hoped it could be. The characters are instantly attachable. I mean, each one of them, you're like, you just want to latch right onto them. All the way, Rocket works. Groot is going to be, I think people are going to be coming out of this movie buzzing about Groot and Rocket. I mean, they're so great. Chris Pratt is everything we thought he could bring to the role. Zoe Saldana, I was afraid I was just going to see Zoe Saldana, but she really embodied this character quite a bit. And what surprised me was I've been most nervous about Dave Bautista because, you know, I'm a fan of Dave Bautista, but you know, he's not a world-level thespian, but it's just imagination, and this character he's got to play. And as soon as he showed up and started doing his line, I'm like, I'm in. I am in. So I'm just, I'm shaking about it. I am
like
really excited about the one little spoiler, and this is hardly spoiler because this is in the comics and everything. A lot of people know this is common knowledge to a lot of people. But the one little thing that they did show us in that thing was, you know, that scene they see in all the trailers where you see John C. Reilly going, this one's Star-Lord, this one's Rocket, this one's whatever, right?
A bunch of
but when, yeah, that's the scene, right? But when they go to Zoe Saldana, right, to her character, he mentions daughter of the Mad Titan Thanos. So they, which everybody knows that is a part of her character. Right. We just didn't know if they were going to abandon that or not, or actually have it a part of the movie. So apparently that is a part of the movie. I'm telling you guys, I was grinning just the whole time. The energy level is incredible in it. The humor. There were 3 or 4 parts in the 17 minutes that I just started laughing my guts out. And like you could probably hear me through the whole theater, but everybody left just buzzing. It was really great. And at the end of the preview, they showed us the new trailer as well, which you guys had a chance to see. So Amy Rose, let's go over to you and the new trailer that they actually put out too.
Well, first of all, the only thing that diminishes my jealousy a little bit is that the reason I missed it was I was driving back 10 hours, yuck, from a music festival, which was amazing. But everyone I know who's seen it, your giddiness is just infectious. I'm so excited. But the new trailer itself was really good as well. And I love how they keep showing just enough where we're getting a really good feel for what they're going to show us, but not enough where I feel like all the goodness is being leaked in the trailers. This was a risky property. It's a whole intergalactic adventure, different than any Marvel property we've seen thus far, and it looks fantastic. And James Gunn was the perfect director for this. I mean, we've spoken about how we love Slither a lot and some of his other works, but this is just the perfect property for him. He's kooky and he's eccentric and he's very passionate about this, and you can feel that. And I love when they're sitting around the circle in the trailer, and Chris Pratt was talking about how no one gets him, and then Groot goes, "I am Groot," and he's like, "See, you're the only one that understands me." There's so many good little comedic bits, but I feel like it's timed just the right amount. So I'm really excited about it, and I cannot wait for August.
Schnepp?
Yeah, well, I kind of skimmed through the brand new trailer because I'm at that point where I've seen enough. I'm sold. I'm probably going to see it twice in one day. I can't wait to see it. And just like kind of half looking at the trailer, I was like, I don't want to see any more, really, because I just want to see the movie now. That's why I didn't see the 17 minutes. I'm just 100% into it. I'm really happy with the response. I'm glad that you dug it. So it makes me even more excited to see the film. The trailer, for me, at least it had longer scenes of the interaction with everybody.
Yeah.
From when I zoned back in, they were like a little bit more of Rocket Raccoon, who's coming out as a great character. I love the timing of everything. So, like I said, I didn't fully put my focus on the trailer. I was kind of like checking my email. I just don't want to see anymore. I'm done. I can't. When a commercial comes on, I'm like, no, got to see the movie August 1st. James Gunn, good, go on. So that's me. That's it.
Alicia?
Yeah, I love the trailer, and I think this film has been marketed so well because now, before the film comes out, we understand the property, we understand the characters, we understand the galaxy and the humor and the tone, and that's a really hard thing to do with something like this. That's something that they didn't do so well with Green Lantern, but Marvel does this so perfectly. I can't wait to see the movie. I don't want to see any more either, but I think what they've shown, as Amy Rose, you've said, hasn't been too much just yet. I love the music in this trailer, Cherry Bomb.
Yes.
I just the juxtaposition of the 70s music with this space opera, I think is perfect. Chris Pratt is like a Han Solo type hero, and this band of misfits. You know, we've seen that trope in movies used time and time again for good reason because it works so well. I just can't wait. Bring it on.
Yeah, and one of the things I loved about this new trailer too was that it introduced people who don't know about it to this concept about how Rocket is pretty much the only one who can understand Groot. Because like Rocket's laughing at Chris Pratt saying 12% of a plan, and Groot goes, "I am Groot," and Rocket's like, "Yes, I understand that's better than 11% of a plan." But it's like perfect because now they're starting to introduce us to all this type of stuff. I read a really interesting piece today. I can't remember where I saw it, but apparently James Gunn was talking about how when he submitted his first draft for Guardians of the Galaxy, he ran it to Kevin Feige. Kevin Feige gave it the green light. He ran it to the Marvel executives. They gave it the green light. And then it went to Joss Whedon, who's a friend of Gunn's and helped him get the job, apparently. And Whedon came back to it and said, "I've got some problems with it." And James Gunn's like, well, what problems? And apparently Joss Whedon said, "It's not James Gunny enough. It's just not James. There's a few scenes that are too conventional. Like, go ahead, do your thing. Be James Gunn. Go do your thing." And so he said a lot of the scenes now that are in the movie that are longer pieces of dialogue, just characters standing in a room talking, which is, if you've seen Slither or Super or anything like that, you know, James Gunn, I'm going to put him on Joss Whedon's level as far as just character interaction stuff goes. You know, he's so good at that. And so it's really cool seeing, you know, Whedon and Gunn working together like that. So, look, the other 103 minutes of this movie may suck. The other 103 minutes may be terrible, and maybe they just showed us the good stuff. But the stuff they showed us was premium stuff, folks. I am so psyched. All right, what's next?
As many of you know, filmmaker Kevin Smith has been planning on shooting the third installment of his Clerks franchise. However, Smith has just revealed that the Weinstein Company has decided not to fund the film, even though Smith says his budget was just $6 million. Apparently, the company is still willing to distribute the film, but not finance it. Schnepp, do you think we'll still see a Clerks 3?
What's that I smell? Kickstarter. I smell crowdsourcing in Kevin Smith's future. You could easily raise $10 million on Indiegogo, Kickstarter, any numerous fan-backed siting, fanback.com you can go to. Check all those out, Kevin Smith, because you're going to raise like $20 million and then be like, "Here, Weinstein, here's like $1 million. Just do whatever you want. Eat some sushi, son. Just bill that millions. Don't worry about it. Everyone will put in money. I'll put in $100 myself." So, done.
Rose?
Yeah, I agree. I mean, times have certainly changed for filmmaking. We just saw this with Zach Braff's Wish I Was Here as well. It was half backed by Kickstarter. And yeah, the game has changed and I love it. I love that fans have input and say in it, and the people who make the film really want to please them as well, so that it's more interactive, which I think is really cool. And this is his baby. I mean, he was saying he's done directing and all this, and we knew so many directors, it's like The Boy Who Cried Wolf. I mean, we're like, okay, we'll believe it when we see it. And then their new project's announced. But I do think this is his baby. maybe, and a lot of the cast has already confirmed they're coming back, and the script's done and all that. So it would make sense. And $6 million is not a lot of money, as you pointed out. So yeah, I do think it will happen.
I think it's going to happen, but I don't think it'll be Kickstarter. I think I've heard Kevin Smith kind of echo the same sentiments I have about rich, famous, established Hollywood celebrities using charity from their fans to make their movies. It's $6 million. Right. I mean, look, Kevin Smith is not a huge, wealthy Hollywood mogul, but he could cut a check for $6 million himself if he wanted to. And if I'm not mistaken, I think this thing with the Weinsteins is that I think he was obligated to first go to the Weinsteins and offer them the opportunity to fund it. Still, I don't get how you don't greenlight a Clerks 3 for $6 million.
Yeah, come on.
That I don't understand from a business point of view. But apparently they still want the film because they want to distribute it. A little bit less financially risky there for themselves, I guess. But Kevin Smith could make 5 phone calls and he'll have 7 people lining up to give him $6 million to make Clerk 3. It would be different if it was $26 million.
Yeah.
Well,
but
I think, to be honest, I think it's like a little bit of a hey, they're going to distribute it. I think it's like hey, check it out. What do you think? I don't think it'd be begging for money. He could offer like, hey, I'll sign 5 comics and you can get all 3 Clerks 1, 2, and 3 for $50. And so he might make $7 off of every $50, but he'll still raise $6 million. I'm just saying it's a cool way to give back to the fans who love Clerks.
Yeah.
So I just see it as like a wink and a nod. Like Harvey Weinstein, they could, any one of those guys, Ben Affleck could be like, there's $6 million. It's like that's not the issue. I think him saying that they'll distribute it is the key. Just like Belle, what was the other Kickstarter? I'm drawing a blank.
Oh, you're talking about Veronica Mars.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah.
Veronica Mars. Like Warner Brothers, like, yeah, we'll distribute it. Like Warner Brothers, a giant behemoth, like billions. It's just like constantly eating billions of dollars. It's not a big deal. So $6 million. That's why I'm like saying he could Kickstart. He could do any numerous things. It's not an issue. It's still going to get made.
Yeah, I mean, I think fans would love to be a part of making this movie. I definitely would. I can't believe it's been 20 years since the first Clerks.
Crazy.
That makes me feel really old, really, really old, and a long time since the second one. The second one was made for $5 million, but then it made $24 million in cinemas, so it's like an easy investment. I think it'll get made no matter what. But Kevin Smith also has some other projects in the works, like Tusk, which is a creepy story based out of something that came from his podcast. And now he says he's doing a spin-off of Tusk called Yoga Hoses from 2 characters that'll be seen in Tusk in a convenience store. Which
he's got the
familiar.
Krampus movie
Right,
that he's working on.
Anti-Claus.
And he also said he wrote a fake treatment for Batman versus Superman, that Zack Snyder asked him to do that, and that he actually wrote a whole script.
Yeah, that's online right now. It's a couple of sites have been like, we found it.
Now, wait a minute. Did he actually say he did it, or were other people saying he did it?
Other people are saying he did it.
Okay, I
I
haven't heard that. All right, we're done with our main topics. Now let's move on to buy or sell, everybody. This is the part of the show where we take a whole bunch of other movie topics going on in the world of movie news, run them down, and then all of us at the table simply say whether we buy it or sell it. So Ashley, what do we got?
A new trailer for the upcoming David Fincher film Gone Girl has just hit the web. Based on the best-selling crime thriller by Gillian Flynn, who also adapted the screenplay, Gone Girl stars Ben Affleck, Rosamund Pike, Neil Patrick Harris, and Tyler Perry, and opens in AMC theaters on October 3rd. Amy Rose, buy or sell this trailer for Gone Girl?
Buy. I love it. I mean, I'm already biased because Fincher is one of my favorite directors, but it's just the tone and very dark and mysterious and cool. And I have read the book, so I do know where it goes. But, a lot of the times that can detract from my enjoyment because I compare it to the book, which is almost always better. There's endless possibilities, but with Fincher, I don't really have that hesitation. He really just seems like it's going to get the main elements of why I fell in love with this book, because it really is twisted and interesting, and I love that the actual author is adapting it, the screenplay, so that should keep it, the loyal fans. But they're also said that they're not bound to what they wrote, so they're gonna maybe Fincherize it a little bit. And I'm really excited about seeing Ben Affleck in a role, because I just think with each directorial effort, he's gotten better and better in front of the lens. So I think the mix between Rosamund Pike and him is going to be great. So I really liked the trailer.
Yeah, huge buy for me.
Yeah.
Huge buy for me. This one gives us a little more insight into the characters themselves and into the story than from the first trailer we got. I was riveted right from the beginning. Pike has been an underrated actress in this business for a long time. And maybe it's because she started off as a Bond girl. That's where she was really introduced to a lot of us. But she is amazing. She was in that Johnny English movie, too. She was a love interest in a Johnny English film. And even in that, she was incredible.
In The World's End.
Yeah. Yes. And, I think Affleck is proving once again he's he's world class. He's developed to world class. Now, is he in the top 10 actors working today? No, but he is up there as among one of the best in the business today. Fincher recognized that. He went out and got him. I think this looks fantastic. For me, it's a big buy.
For me, I'm going to buy it even without seeing the trailer. I'm going to wait until I see the trailer in a movie theater, like how I like to see, really great directors' films in the theater. So I've already seen the first trailer, which I was already like, oh, I can't wait to see this. So now I've come to that point in my life where I don't want to see more than I want to just see the movie. Like 2, 3 trailers is too much for me. It's just too much of because I could put the whole movie together. So I'm cool with like them releasing 1,000 trailers. I'm just not going to watch anymore. I'll watch one trailer. So I've seen it. I buy it. I can't wait for the movie to come out. It looks fantastic. Fincher's an amazing director.
I buy it. I love the book. I love David Fincher, and this is so perfect for his film noir dark style. The casting, as you mentioned, is perfect. Ben Affleck playing this smirky guy that everyone hates and everyone's suspicious of, I think is really brilliant. Rosamund Pike, she's the Hitchcock blonde, so she can be cool and chilling and not really know exactly what's going on. I love her voice, the way it's used in this trailer. And I love the way this shows more of the investigation, more of the suspicion onto Ben Affleck's character, and also introduces you to some new characters like Desi, played by Neil Patrick Harris, and Tanner Bolt, played by Tyler Perry, who's not someone I would have thought of for that role.
I think he's going to pull it off, though.
But I think he will pull it off, so
there.
it's a huge buy. I cannot wait.
All right, what's next?
Warner Brothers has just set a release date for its upcoming The Conjuring spin-off film, Annabelle, which will now hit AMC theaters on October 3rd against the previously mentioned Gone Girl. The film will be based on the demonic doll featured in the beginning of The Conjuring. Alicia, buy or sell this release date for Annabelle?
I'm buying it, even though I don't think it has any chance to beat Gone Girl, but I don't think that's the intention of Warner Brothers, because Annabelle is one of, I think, 3 micro-budget spin-offs from The Conjuring to go parallel with The Conjuring and The Conjuring 2, which is coming out next year, October 23, which is obviously prime position, being Halloween. So I think that's a really smart idea to keep the audiences interested in this world. It's not directed by James Wan, it's produced by him, it's directed by the cinematographer from The Conjuring, which we all know with Transcendence sometimes doesn't work out well, but I think the fact that they're using Annabelle is a smart idea because that doll is freaky and they can concentrate on her without ruining the story of The Conjuring.
Right. I'm going to buy this, and the reason I'm going to buy it is because I think this is good counter-programming to Gone Girl. I think these are going to be 2 different audiences, unlike, say, pretending you're going to put Man of Steel or Batman versus Superman against Captain America 3 on the same day, which is not counter-programming. I remember the only part of The Conjuring I was really disappointed with is that moment early in the film when you realize, oh, so it's not about this doll? Because that doll freaked the hell out of me.
Freaky.
So that the fact that they're going back to that is great, and I think this is a good date for it. So yeah, for me, it's a buy.
Also buy. I mean, horror films should be released in October. It makes a lot of sense. That's when, all the decorations are coming out and like it's just getting creepy, and I love that. And yeah, it's 2 different audiences. It's not going to detract from either. And I did like The Conjuring. I just love James Wan. So I am a little skeptical in just seeing where they'll go with it, kind of like Insidious 3 without Juan at the helm. It might still be interesting, but I love his style. I love his timing. And I hate scary dolls and clowns, as we both know, because he keeps sending them to me, and I wish that would stop. So yeah, this is a smart move.
I know what I'm getting you for Christmas.
No!
I buy this. I can't wait to see it. That's also one of my favorite parts. I love The Conjuring, and I love that little intro with Annabelle. So when I heard they were making just an Annabelle standalone, I was 100% into it. I think I'll use a cinematographer turned into a director, Nicholas Roeg. So you can't count anybody out until they actually make their film. Then you could punch them out or elevate them into become the next big-time director. So. I can't wait to see it. I'm really excited to see it, and I can't wait to see Conjuring 2, so this will be like a perfect placeholder for me as I run towards next year.
It's a Conjuring cinematic universe. They're creating. All right, what's next?
7 years after publishing Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows, the 7th and final installment of the series, the boy wizard is back for more adventure. According to reports, author J.K. Rowling has published a new Potter story on her Potter site, pottermore.com, and features a 34-year-old Harry Potter heading to the Quidditch World Cup. Other Potter mainstays, including Ron, Hermione, Neville, and Luna, are also there with him. John, with this new story, buy or sell that we could at some point see another Harry Potter film?
I've always believed we were going to see another Harry Potter film at some point. Like, it doesn't look. You know what rich people love? Being richer. That's what rich people love. Because I know I have this conversation with. I said, look, at some point in the future, because her follow-up book to the Harry Potter stuff didn't do so great, Rowling. I can't remember. It was the one with the pink cover or the red cover.
Yeah,
I can't.
yeah.
It was some completely
Vacancy
different thing, which
or
was probably good for her to do as a writer. But I've always said that at some point she's probably gonna, hey, remember when like on a daily basis dump trucks full of money were poured on my front lawn? I kind of miss that. And then people would often say to me, oh, John, she's already got all the money in the world. Maybe. But rich people love nothing more than getting richer. And I think this little story that she has now put online, which I have not seen, you got to be a member of Pottermore to actually see it. But from what I'm reading, this little story that she's put online, I believe is our first glimpse at the chink in her armor. I think she's going to crack, and I do believe we are going to see, an adult Harry Potter at some point. I really do think it's going to happen. What do you think, Alicia?
Yeah, I buy the idea because I love Harry Potter. If Harry and Ron and Hermione are just side characters, maybe not even seen, maybe they introduce us to a new generation. That's something that
at Hogwarts or
seemed,
something?
yeah, at Hogwarts. And this story said that these guys are now huge celebrities in the wizarding world. So that could be an interesting thing to explore. I think it was a cute story. Good little tie-in with the Soccer World Cup, the Quidditch World Cup.
Yeah, that's right.
Apparently there'll be another one to go with the final for the World Cup and the final of the Quidditch World Cup. So I'd like to see more from the universe. I think there's plenty more that can happen. I want to see more books though.
Right. Amy Rose?
Yeah, I'll buy that. We'll see another film, regardless of if it's good or not. Like you said, dump trucks of money. Warner Brothers likes that too.
Yeah.
And,
yes, they do.
This is one of their most successful franchises of all time.
Yeah.
So yeah, they'll make it. And I really like how she released it on her site for her diehard fans. Everything I've read about her is that she really does, pay respect and really appreciates the feedback and everything that comes in from them. But bottom line is, this is the world she created, and whether it's a chink in her armor or not, there are millions of people that want more content, more Harry Potter.
Yeah.
And I do like that the original people are back because we're getting the spin-off, with Fantastical Beasts and Where to Find Them. Mm-hmm. But I don't know if that's going to be as nostalgic and great without the characters that we fell in love with. So at least they're giving, the diehard fans the characters they really love.
Shep?
Is Pottermore like Nevermore? Is that like a play on that?
I don't know.
All right,
Sounds
so yeah,
similar.
I say money, money, money. And yeah, I agree with you though. It's like she established and created these characters. She took a little break, wrote the Pink Book or whatever it was. I don't know what she did either. But then she was like, Potter. And then 34 years old, it's perfect timing to make, these guys who will be like, we need more money too. Everybody's going to make money. Quidditch World Cup, everybody sells a brand new sport, flying around, hitting a ball, who knows?
Yeah.
I'll go see it.
Yeah, I'll see it.
All right, folks, we've reached that part of the show for Mailbag. If you've got a topic or a question you would like us to address on the show anytime, you can email us at amcmovietalk@gmail.com. Now, every single day we take a little bit of time and answer some of your mailbag questions. But listen, we also do this show live. So if you're watching us live right now, you can tweet in some questions to @AMC Movie News, and we'll leave a couple of minutes at the end of the show to take some of your live Twitter questions. But for now, it's time for Mailbag. So Ashley, what do we got?
Christian Lomas writes, hey guys, love the show. I started watching a few months ago and haven't missed an episode yet. You guys rock. My question is, do you think it was a mistake for DC and Warner Brothers to make the Green Lantern film before they had their cinematic universe ready? I feel like Ryan Reynolds would have been perfect in Justice League alongside Henry Cavill and Ben Affleck, and would love to hear your thoughts. Thanks, and bring on the filthy.
I like the question, and the reason I like the question is because it goes towards what I have always had as my biggest criticism for Warner Brothers and their DC properties versus what I see them improving upon now. But I've always felt that their main problem was they never had a plan. It's like, let's do this next and then figure out where we're going to go. And then let's do this. And you're right, Green Lantern should have been made in such a way that opens doors for a cinematic universe, or they should have waited. And look, I'm like everybody else. I fully acknowledge all the problems of the Green Lantern movie. I still contend that Ryan Reynolds was not one of those problems. I think the problems all start from the script, and then it's hard to make anything good once the script is really bad. But that being said, no, I agree with it. I think they moved too fast. I believe this is a symptom of what used to be a big problem at Warner Brothers with their DC properties, of not having a plan, just being very reactionary instead of being deliberate and planning things out. Now it looks like they're trying to chart things out and plan them before they go step by step, which is a big improvement. We'll see if it works or not. But yeah, I absolutely agree with what you're saying. So what do you guys think?
Yeah, I think this happened before they started planning what they were actually going to do with their universe, and it did taint the character for me. I like Ryan Reynolds. I think he was fantastic. He did as good a job as he could with that script. But that world is so hard to explain. It was such an alien world, and they just rushed through it. It was really mediocre. The special effects weren't that great. So I think they have to work hard now to get him to be a likable character again.
Yeah, true. Rose?
Yeah, I feel like it wasn't necessarily a mistake to release, you know, a standalone film before, but before they had the plans intact, of course.
Yes.
Because they did have an end credit scene that teased a big baddie that could have led to other, you know, films within their universe, but then it didn't go as planned. And I also agree. I really like Ryan Reynolds as an actor. I think he also just keeps improving, and I think he could have done, you know, Hal Jordan justice, but you can only be a good product in a really bad film, and it just, I mean, it's not going to do that much for it in the end, because a bad movie is a bad movie even if you're fantastic in it. So I am disappointed because he's a great character. We obviously are going to get him in Justice League, but we've seen so many standalone films in the Marvel, you know, cinematic universe that have worked so well to lead into the Avengers. So I would have preferred that because I'd rather see the origin and backstory and then all of them team up. But they kind of blew their chance there. So now they have to do it the other way and introduce the characters that way. So I'm okay with it now that we actually have a plan, but I do think it was a wasted opportunity.
See, I've always thought the DC should do it the reverse.
Well, now, because they have to distinguish themselves from the MCU.
See, even then, unlike the MCU, I've always kind of felt like the MCU, the DC universe has characters that really nobody knows or cares about. And I think what you do is you need to launch them in a movie with the big characters that we do know and care about to get them some popularity and notoriety. And then you launch them out on different things. It could have worked your way too. I mean, who knows? We're never going to find out now.
We just want it.
But anyway, Schnapp, what do you think?
I look at Green Lantern. I honestly think Ryan Reynolds was miscast as Green Lantern. Especially after seeing it, I mean, let alone just the movie itself was a giant, horrible mess. Big brown cloud at the end, just stupid, just bad. I don't like any of it, really. But I think Ryan Reynolds is a really funny, talented actor. I can't wait for him to be Deadpool. I think they should just they should move forward with that. I think it's Fox, whoever owns that. It's like get going. You know, it's like that movie will be great. Keep it a hard R. Let him run his mouth like he does so well. Green Lantern just didn't work. I mean, so yeah, Warner Brothers has been hesitant and tentative since since Batman and Robin. You know, since 1998, they've been really frightened to move forward in any type of a committed, like, we'll do one movie and wait 6 years. It's like, this kind
that didn't have Batman in the time.
Well, Batman or even Superman, you still had to wait 6 years. So it's, you know, it got to that point of ridiculousness when you saw Iron Man and Hulk and all these movies, and then all of a sudden, wow, Marvel has a cinematic universe. Remember the 90s when Marvel couldn't get a movie made? And DC was the dominant. We have Superman, we have Batman, we have all these cartoons, and Marvel was just all like crawling around. Well, we got the Punisher.
Selling their characters off so they could stay out of bankruptcy.
About to go bankrupt. So it was like they did go bankrupt for a minute. So now it's the roles are completely flipped. So I'm glad that DC, Warner Brothers are finally like, look, let's make our plan. Let's get it to go. I mean, I'm all for them like reverse engineering it. Get all those characters, introduce them in a movie, splinter it off.
Just have a plan.
Just have a
plan is important. And if Ryan Reynolds and they integrated maybe even the Brandon Routh Superman, they were unsure if they were going to do a Superman 2. You know, you go through like what could have been. You know, maybe if they introduced Superman in this, it would have helped boost it in some way. But I don't know. It's like that's the past. So now we've got what's going on.
I think though, like you could have had Daniel Day-Lewis playing Green Lantern in that movie, and it still would have been a horrible movie. I mean, that thing was just such a mess. All right, folks, one more. There is one more, but unfortunately it's a short one. So what do we got in there, Ashley?
Sergeant Dean Cavan writes, I just wanted to take a few minutes to drop you a line and thank all of you. I am stationed in Afghanistan currently and watch your shows on a daily basis. Believe it or not, they bring a bit of sunshine to occasionally dreary days. I don't really have a question, but wanted to express my gratitude for the program you provide. While I obviously can't make Comic-Con this year, I am going to plan my leave next summer around it, so I will have the opportunity to thank you in person. Please continue to do the excellent job that you guys do and know that it is appreciated.
Just wanted to say thank you so much for serving your country and sacrificing your country the way that you do. And we are actually really touched and humbled that you allow us to be a part of your day to help alleviate all the stuff that you got to do every day. So thank you so much for the email. We just wanted to say thank you so much. All right, folks. It is that time. We said we'd save a couple minutes again for your live Twitter questions. We're almost at time, so we're just going to rifle through a couple of them here really fast. So, Ashley, what do we got in there?
Sam Crook writes, what happened to the Arrested Development movie?
There was never going to be an Arrested Development movie. I've been arguing till I was blue in the face with people forever. Everybody saying, oh, there's going to be an Arrested Development movie. I actually made this video on YouTube years ago saying, folks, get a grip. There's never going to be an Arrested Development movie. And there are still people today who write hate messages on there. You don't know. They might do it. They're not doing it. That show went off air for a reason because nobody watched it. And then there's this big myth around that. Oh no, John, you don't understand. When the show went off the air, it got a huge audience. That's so mythological. It's just not the truth. It's just not. Because what happened? You know, they brought it back. Nobody else wanted to pick it up. No other network would pick it up, and they tried other networks, and all they could get was Netflix. And guess what? It didn't work all that well on Netflix either. No studio is going to put $20 million into an Arrested Development movie. It's not happening. Oh, but John, there was this one festival where the cast and the crew said, we're working on a movie. Wonderful. Do you know how many movies are being worked on? 1,000 to 1 that never get made. You're not going to see an Arrested Development movie. Look, I'm a fan of the show, just like everybody else. I loved the original airings anyway. I did not like the season they did on Netflix at all, to be honest with you. But I loved all the old shows. They were great. But that doesn't change the reality that since nobody watched it, they're not going to make a movie out of this. So what happened to it? It never was. That's just it. Okay, anyway, sorry.
I think you hit a red button there, questionnaire. So I want John to Campy at a rant. Talk about Arrested Development movie. It's awesome.
Yeah. All right, what's next?
Jonathan Vigo writes, can we get the Big Bang Theory movie soon?
Here we go again.
Big Bang Theory movie?
The difference is, I don't think there's ever going to be a Big Bang Theory, but the difference between Big Bang Theory and of course, Arrested Development is that millions and millions and millions and millions and millions and millions of people watch it.
And wins a lot of awards.
Yeah. I just don't think that would work as a movie. I'm actually one of the only people on the planet that thinks Big Bang Theory is actually a terrible show. I don't find it funny in the least. But I know a lot of people love it. A lot of people I know and respect a lot love that show. A lot of people love it. And it certainly has the numbers to justify it. But even if I was somebody who liked the show, it's not a show that you make a movie out of. So I don't know. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I prefer Arrested Development movie to a Big Bang Theory movie.
I would like a new Twin Peaks movie since we're talking about TV movies. So Big Bang. Hey, don't those guys wear like superhero T-shirts? Isn't that cool? I don't know. I have nothing to add.
I know it's so pretender geek culture. It's crazy.
I don't think every successful TV show needs a film either, because the development that you get in series is not the same in a film. And like we got that question with Breaking Bad as well. That was the perfect ending. Like I don't want to see the characters continue. So yeah, I mean, I don't watch the show either. I've watched a couple, and it's funny, but I'm definitely not a diehard anyway. So yeah, the diehards might want it, but I don't really care.
I think Big Bang Theory was a bigger success than the Green Lantern movie. It's that one dude who wore the Green Lantern shirt.
Yeah.
He sold more Green Lantern shirts than all the toys.
I am looking forward to the Entourage movie though.
Yeah.
I mean, that was the thing. That thing had a huge cultural following and all that kind of stuff, and they're just characters we want to revisit. All right, time for one more.
Okay, Jojo the TC writes, best one-liner.
My all-time favorite, I've said this before, I'll say it again, it's from Spaceballs. I don't do it justice, but in the context of the movie, there's a big Schwartz battle going on between Dark Helmet and Lone Star, and Dark Helmet knocks the Schwartz ring away from Lone Star. He gets his Force lightsaber out and he says, now Lone Star, you will see that evil will always triumph because good is dumb. My all-time favorite line. I still crack up every time I see it.
All right, I got a couple. I'll buy that for $1. RoboCop. Game over, man. From Aliens. Game over.
Don't call me Shirley.
Oh yeah.
Oh, Airplane classic.
It's great. I love life moves pretty fast sometimes. You don't stop. What is it? Don't stop and I can't remember it.
Oh, here's one. No matter where you are, or no matter where you go,
there you are.
Mohicans and Usual Suspects.
What?
Yeah.
So if you don't stop and look around.
Don't stop and look around.
There you go. Thank you, Dave.
I'm the worst at quotes.
There's so many good ones.
Hey guys, seriously, jump in the comment section.
He's looking at you, kid.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I'll be back.
Jump in the comment section and let us know some of your favorite lines. That's actually a great question. All right, folks, we're all out of time today. Thanks so much for joining us. Lots of great movies playing at AMC Theaters everywhere. Head on over to www.amctheaters.com for your theater, showtime, and your movie ticket information. Click on subscribe, click the thumbs up button, and if you want an audio-only version of this episode, look in the description of this video, and you'll see a link to our podcast feed, so you can listen to us on the way to work or at the gym or wherever. I want to thank the people sitting at the table with me, sitting to my left, Miss Alicia Malone. Alicia, where can people find you online?
Stella. You can find me on Twitter or Instagram at Alicia Malone.
The one and the only Amy Rose Eisenbach. Amy Rose, where can people find you?
On Twitter and Instagram at Amy Rosie. Thanks.
Mr. John Schnepp. Schnepp, where can people find you online?
You gotta roll with the punches.
He did break it out.
And know when to dodge them. Know when to walk away. And know when to run. All right, at John Schnepp, at Twitter, Instagram, and all those other places.
I'm so glad you broke that out. And of course, our lovely host today, Miss Ashley Mova. Ashley, where can people find you online?
You guys can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Ashley Mova. See you later.
And you can find me on the various social media channels, just at John Campia. Thanks a lot for joining us, guys. My name's John Campia for AMC Movie News, and until next time, bye-bye.
Hey everyone, if you liked this video, click that thumbs up button and make sure to subscribe to our AMC Movie News YouTube channel. It's free and helps you stay up to date with all the latest movie news, as well as our daily AMC Movie Talk show. Also, make sure that you follow us on Facebook and Twitter to stay up to date with all of our special promotions, contests, and prize giveaways.